Welcome back to Reentry, an orbital simulator. Today we're doing the next mission in the Mercury campaign. Scroll all the way to the bottom here and we've got Long Haul. The program had a huge achievement over your previous flight, and you've become a national hero. But it's time to get up again. Your next flight will have 6 orbits. Oh boy, I guess this one's gonna be a long one, huh? Big plans are in development for the next phases of NASA. It was announced by the president that we shall travel to the moon by the end of this decade. Things are ramping up and moving fast, and new space programs are in development to reach this goal. One of the remaining tasks is to learn how long durations of weightlessness, or zero G-force, affects the astronauts. Your task today is to start these types of missions with a slightly longer mission than previously tried. Your goal is 6 orbits, followed by medical tests to see how it has affected you. Alright, I am NASA's guinea pig. Let's launch. And here we are on the pad once again, ready for liftoff. This time 6 orbits. That's going to be pretty interesting here. I think what they're going to want me to do is check that everything is running. So we got our batteries on there. Good, good. Let's see, move my head this way. There we go. Alright, yep. Our batteries are all on. NI Gaming, are you ready for a long haul? We are at T-minus 90 minutes. Roger that. Sure am. Let's get this cockpit set up. MCC is ready. You know the procedures. Follow the normal checklists to prepare the cockpit, starting with the complete cockpit inspection checklist. Try to follow the correct time frame for each of the checklists. This means at T-minus 90. Do that now, then abort at T-minus 40, and so on. Roger. Will do. All right, well, knowing from memory, we gotta hit all these fuses. Get this thing all powered up and ready to go. Our batteries are on. I think that's the first thing on the checklist to check. Okay, that is on. Now starting from here, we're gonna wanna arm that. These are set to good. These are all in. Looks like our rings and guards are all set here. Quick light check. Things are seeming all right. I believe our retro delay should be instantaneous for right now, I think. Photo lights, I don't know what that does, but I think at some point we need that on. I know we want TLM low frequency on. Everything else about this looks correct. Make sure that is set to that. Checking our gauges here. Accelerometer 0, okay. Fuel full. Descent is, we're going down because of gravity. We're at 1G. These sensors look right. Roll is off to the side, but that might be launch pad orientation. Time to retrograde, 9 hours, 21 minutes from launch. I think that is correct. Should be correct. Ish. All right, we got fuel, cabin O2, suit temp, suit environment, which I'm just gonna do this right away. I think that's a later step, but I'm gonna do that right away. Our pressure looks good. Cabin air is through the roof, but that's to be expected. We're gonna want to hit all of these switches so that the alarms will actually go online when they need to. They want us to set the standby battery on, isolated battery to standby, cabin fan normal. I don't remember where we want the the ASCS AC bus. ASCS is pretty much our autopilot system. That's over here. I don't know if they want it on standby right now. I'm gonna set it to standby though. Maybe set this to normal or bypass. We're gonna have no amps because we're still on external power. We're gonna want this on UHF ground command for now. Leave that as is, and I think that's complete. Let's double check the checklist. Interior inspection run. Fire retro switch guard. Yeah, those are good. Those are good. Those are good. Those are good. Oh, check time of day. That was a thing. It is 12:33. Yeah, that's accurate. All right, we're good. 0, that is accurate. Set as mission requirements. That is accurate. That's good. That's good. Oh, they want me to remove this. All right, let's get rid of that. We check that, check that, check that, check that, check that. DC volts indicator should agree with blockhouse. Radio check. All right, we got you on radio. So battery check. Everything's at 100, and that's showing accurate. All right, proceed. Amps indicator is 0. Oh, they want this at normal. Okay. They want this at 115 volts. That is nominal. Proceed. Why do they want this at... I'm going to set that to UHF. They want me to set that to off. I'm going to set it to UHF. All fuses are at that. They want these not on. However, I'm going to leave them on anyway. And last but not least, I almost forgot this maneuver switch. That maneuver switch would have... if we launched with that off, we would have not initiated a roll control or pitch control. We would have just gone straight up. And that is not good. Okay, so moving on to the next checklist. Okay, we are ready for the abort capability checklist. Follow the abort capability checklist. Ammeter to normal. Capsule squib switch to arm. Set DC selector to isolated. Request abort capability test. And as we do that, we'll monitor this abort light and I think our amps. Request abort capability. Amps is up, light is on. And that's all there is to it. Complete the abbreviated interior checklist. Roger that. Roger. Squib is armed. All the fuses are still in number 1. They haven't been touched. Auto retro jet is now armed. ASCS is set to normal. This is sort of just the abbreviated everything that we've already done. Retro delay left. Oh, they want this on normal now. Okay. Proceed. This is all set correctly. They want this at just main. Gotcha. And they still want this in the middle, but I'm going to set it to UHF. And we're no longer on ground command. We're on continuous beacon. I'm going to keep our UHF thing on there for transmit, though. Might as well. I think we're really supposed to do that after internal power, but I don't think it hurts to just do that right now. So that's complete. Moving on to full internal power at T-minus 10. T-minus 10 minutes. We are to request full internal power in the capsule. We'll monitor things and we'll switch these 2 switches. Roger that. We'll do remaining 2 checklists. Switch to internal power. There we go. We got amps. All right, so we'll switch that to normal and switch our standby off, and things are all set. Moving on to the final checklist here. Final checks at T-minus 10. All right, so we're gonna need that to be ready. Soup temp to mark, all that to mark. Transmit to UHF, we already have that. Perform radio check on UHF. 5/5, perfect. And verify the cover is removed. It is DC volts knob. You want that on 1 now. This is armed, and this is armed. We are ready for launch, guys. Oh, yes. And while we're sitting here before launch, let's take a look at our briefing for all of our orbits. Orbit 1 will be Earth tracking. Orbit 2 will be flare lookout. I'm not sure what that means yet. Orbit 3 will be constellation observation. Nice. Orbit 4, food and break. Pureed beef and vegetables and applesauce. Oh, that's awesome. And I once again have a glass of water, and I guess, flight control has just allowed me to bring glasses of water on this flight. I think they're more entertained by how it's possible I keep all the water in the cup during launch and descent and all that. Orbit 5 is weather observation. Orbit 6 is retrograde and coming back home. All right, well, let's move along to the good part. Liftoff. T-minus 60 seconds. Good luck today. Thanks. Will be a good flight, I hope. This is where the game just pulls a scripted failure on ascent and we have to use this to free ourselves from the rocket. Yeah, this would be the one that does that, isn't it? Indeed, just try not to bump into a switch or 2. Yeah, I'll try my best. Roger that. T-minus 30 seconds. Speeding up time here. All right, T-minus 15 seconds to launch. We're gonna be monitoring our pressure, our temps, our fuel, our gauges here. Making sure this abort light doesn't come on. I still don't know how to abort. Liftoff. Umbilical disconnect. Roger. Liftoff and the clock has started. Has it started? It has started. Time to fly. We see malfunction in main battery 1. Set it to off. For the ascent, we have a team inspecting its telemetry. Main battery 1. Main battery 1. It's off. We have a team inspecting its telemetry. Will this have an impact on the mission duration? No, the remaining 2 main batteries should hold for many more hours than needed. We still go. I'm picking up some heavy vibrations. A bit early to be max Q? Missile telemetry is looking at the data. Roger, awaiting procedures. Meanwhile, we are still go. Booster sustainer is showing nominal values with a few slight exceptions. Nothing to worry about. Roger that. Trajectory seems normal. I mean, these are on point. Our pressure is still decreasing. No huge problems here other than we lost battery number 1. 2 and 3 are looking good. Oh, jeez, I was kind of right. They decided to make that a very nerve-wracking start to the launch. And we're about to escape the clouds and watch the atmosphere bleed away. Oh, dear. All right, time from launch was 1 minute 30 seconds. We got a little less than a minute until booster cutoff. At which point we will abort. I repeat, abort. Abort. We'll pull the abort handle. Control Shift Z. Wait, is this? Oh God! Abort. Abort. Control Shift Z. Oh my gosh! Escape tower firing. Roger that. Flight? What the hell just happened? I better look at some checklists here. Abort prior, hold on, let's set this to isolated so we can monitor that. Oh God, check sep schedule, yep. Separate capsule is green. Are in retrograde attitude, they are. Use manual control to monitor altimeter and complete normal landing procedures with manual override if needed. Okay, now we're in landing portion of the flight. Oh gosh. What's our altitude? 42 nautical miles now. Instead of kilometers, we're at nautical miles. We're still going up. Waiting for retrograde section separation. What do you mean we're waiting for retrograde section separation? I suppose. I mean, our time to retrograde still says 9 hours, 18 minutes. What do I think I have to auto do that. I don't want to re-enter with that on, so. Retro sequence start. Retro attitude is good. So the retro delay is at normal, which means 30 seconds for me clicking that. We should fire retro. All the fuses are still on, so it should then retro. There we go. Let's get rid of that warning. Retros are jettisoned. You are on a suborbital trajectory. Recovery is being instructed as we complete. Tower is gone. Roger. Capsule turnaround should start, and you will go through normal recovery procedures. Yeah, we already did that, my friend. If the retro pack is still attached, jettison it with a manual override. Roger that. Prepare for reentry. Manually maneuver for reentry attitude as needed. I think we're good. Engage the ASAS if attitude is wrong or roll program does not initiate. Copy that. Oh, just bring me home safe. Just bring me home safe. So much for a long haul. This was more of a shortcut. All things are going well though. This indicator should go. Everything else should just go as planned. I shouldn't have to mess with anything. But if I need to, like, let's say I have no roll control. If I pull this handle out and pull this out, That'll give me roll control. I don't necessarily need to mess with anything. So if we see something going haywire, we can pull these handles. Otherwise, we could switch to fly-by-wire, but I think that it might mess with things a little bit too much. I'm not entirely certain about that. We're just gonna do this for the team back home. We're gonna do a blood pressure test because it's definitely through the roof. I can tell you that much. We're gonna want to analyze this data later on. Don't you worry. Everything just went black. Well, okay, we're entering the atmosphere. Maybe sideways, or maybe we're just going laterally really fast. I can't really tell. Anyways, we're gonna stop the blood pressure test. And I'm sure those numbers were very high. We're being picked up on altimeter, okay. Our descent is going crazy, but it's minimizing as we're hitting more drag. More and more drag. We should have drogue and snorkel. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the O2 emergency thing before it happens. Okay. We seem to be ballistically falling through the atmosphere now. We made it to space. We did not stay there for 6 orbits. We only stayed there for 1. I honestly had no expectations really of something going wrong. I just had a feeling. Aurora, do you read? That's our drogue. Oh, thank goodness. Yes. Loud and clear. Drogue is out. Seems like we had some communication issues. We were about to turn blue here. Good to see you again. Roger, waiting for mains now. Let's land this. We got the periscope. Looks like we can even see the drogue chute on the periscope. There's main chute. Oh, think Kraken. And there's the snorkel and the landing bag. Actually, snorkel deployed with the drogue, didn't it? That's just the landing bag we're hearing. Okay. Yeah, what a good sight. We are ready for you. Over. Roger, thanks. Well, that was a rather short flight. I was just saying that. A bit too exciting. We will analyze the data to see what went wrong. Roger that. Yes, we sure will. We'll prepare for splashdown. Oh man, I gotta hand it to the developer of the game. Throwing all of that mess at you here. Oh, that was fantastic. That was a thrill. Gonna go ahead and pull that. I'm gonna want things cool in here because let me tell you, my nerves are high. It's really up in the temperature in here, I think. All right, we're approaching splashdown here. We might as well do a post-flight analysis as we're coming down here. So I don't think I did anything wrong to cause the issues. I think I did everything all right. I don't think messing with having UHF on before we need it to be would really cause our batteries to fail. I think this was all scripted. I think it threw this at me. And to be honest, I'm not really sure how I performed under this pressure. We came back alive. They told me to abort. I aborted. Before that, they told me to shut down battery 1. I did just that. Reported our trajectory was a bit bumpy. But we were able to successfully pull away and come back home to the ocean. That's really all I have for post-flight analysis. I'm not really sure if there was anything else I could have done wrong. So, I guess that's our full flight. And we'll see if they have a debrief later on. Roger, thanks. Continue. Oh, man. Well, I think the way that this goes is it'll show in the next segment when we select the next mission of this campaign what exactly went wrong. So, that's going to be all for this episode of Reentry and Orbital Simulator. We'll see you in the next one for another Mercury flight that hopefully goes a little bit better, yeah? Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out.